This is the fundamental of the concepts of the survey. First of all, we start the fundamental of the concept of the surveys. Objective. What is the objective of the surveying? Determine the relative positions of the various point above, below surface on the earth. First point is the what is the positions of the point. Where is the point? Is the above the earth surface, below the earth surface, or the various positions of the mark the point of the proposed structure on the ground. If we are the planning to start the construction of the any plants and buildings and the, whatever we are the first of all the mark of the ground of the structures to determine the area volume and other the quantities, the determine the area volume of the other quantities. It is the primary division of the summaries. That primary division of the weather is the curvature of the earth is the diversified consider or not. Actual slope of the earth is the absolute shift so sorry absolute shift hertz is the actual surface of the earth. Is the polar axis is the shorter than the equilateral axis by about for 0.43 percentage. The average radius of the earth is taken 6370 kilometer of the whole calculation point of view. Okay, so plane surveying is which is the curvature of earth is the not covered negligible is called is the plane surface which is the covering only for the plane surface, not covering of the curvature surface. The vertical lines is the vertical line inclined by the direction of the free suspend plumbo. A single horizontal plane or reference is selected. There the plumb bob lines at all the point of area were assumed to be parallel. If we are the if we are the vertical line inclined by the direction of the previously suspended plumb bob, a single horizontal plane is a reference selected. There the plumb bob line at all the point area are assumed to be parallel. Okay, so what they are the telling, if you are the plumb bob line all the line is the parallels is called is the plane surface, which was is the if you are the plumb bob all the line is the parallels. Plane surface can be safely be used within the 250 square kilometers. Plane surface only within the 250 square meters is used when the difference between the area distance is 88.2 kilometer on the surface of the earth and corresponding to your distance about the 10 mm. Okay, also when the difference between some angles in plane triangles and spherical triangles is only 1 second for the triangle at the earth surface having the area of 195 square meters. If 195 square meters is the area, then at a times 1 seconds of the spiral will be errors. Okay, so geodetic survey. What is the geodetic surveying? Two type of the surveying: plane surveying and like a geodetic surveying. Geodetic surveys is also cover of the earth surface. What type of the shapes you have to the geodetic surveys, which was is the cover. All type of laying on the surface are covered in line and triangle and the spiracles. The prefer for the work of the large area with high degree of the precautions. Prefer of the high, if a large area, then you will be large scale with high degree of the precautions. At that time, we will use the geodetic survey. When the large area refer for work of the large scale with high degree of the precaution, at that time is the geodetic surveying used. The direction of the plumb line at various points are covering toward the center of the earth. Directions of the earth plumb line at various points are covering toward the center of the earth. This type of point will be give you the exact of the what they are the if direction of the plumb line at various point are covering towards center of the earth. Okay, so classification. What is the classifications of the classifications of the earth surveying? Type of the classifications: The primary divisions of the survey, how to take on large scale, small scale, like that way. But this type of the classifications, which is the topographic, or which use how very we can use the survey of building surveying, land surveying, earth surveying, like the whole country surveying, which type of the surveyings we take. It depends. They are functional classifications of the survey. Functional means the use, the control surveying. These have established horizontal vertical positions of the widely spaced control points using the principle of the geodetic surveying in India and the control surveying done by surveying of the India's. Topographical surveying. What is the topographical survey? Topographical surveying, it means the topography feature of the country, such as the river, hill, lake, like that way. This is the use of the topographical surveying. Cadastral survey. What is the cadastral? Fixing of the properties lines. So the boundary of the fields, building, it is done the revenue of the engineering. What is the cadastral surveying? Cadastral surveying, it means fixing of the line, boundary lines, property lines, like that way. That is the use of the cadastral surveying. Engineering survey. What is the engineering survey? It obtain data for the designing any type of the ground, such as the road, railway, water supply system. It is same. Engineering interest is the civil work. Engineering surveying, the main surveying, underground work such as the mine, shaft, pit, or holes. Okay, that was the main surveyings. Hydrographic survey, it means the water bodies of the dams, water bodies, determines channel length, like that way, is the water body. Hydrographic surveyings. Astronomical surveying, it means the astronomical surveying is the determine the absolute location of the point on the earth by taking the latitude, longitude, azimuth, local time. It means the astronomical surveying. They are the astronomical in the what type of the latitude, longitude, azimuth, local times, what is the required, they are use of the in this survey aims. Okay, so we will go both sides. So geological survey. What is the geological survey? Geological surveying is determines of the how much status we have to, like that way. That is the surveying we will covering. Okay, geodetical survey in classification based on the instrument. What is the we watched which type of the instrument we will use. The classification on the base of the surveying. First of all, the chain surveying, only the linear measurement, not the angular measurement are taken. Only for chain surveying is the linear measurement is the taken. Generally used with high accuracy is not required. The where chain surveying is the use. The compass surveying. What is the compass surveying? Compass surveying, it means the horizontal are measured with the compass in additional to linear measurement with the chain or taps. Compass surveying is means the whenever the horizontal angle are measured with the compass in additional to linear measurement. Only horizontal angle measured by the compass. This is the more precise than the chain surveying. Okay, leveling. What is the level? Leveling is the instrument used for the finding the difference between 2 point of the elevations. How much difference between 2 point of the elevation at that time is the leveling we use. The plane table surveying. Plane table surveying is the plottings and surveying at in the simultaneously jobs. Linear measurement with the chains or tabs. This is the most suitable area where magnetic material, where the either surveying using with the magnetic nickel needles may be affected. Plantable surveying used where the magnetic area, magnetic material with other the survey used with the magnetic needle may be get affected. The less accurate this type of the surveying. Okay, theodolite surveying. Theodolite surveying is the very precise instrument for the measuring horizontal and vertical area. Theodolite surveying, it means only itself is a very precise instrument for the measuring horizontal and vertical angle. The this type of the theodolite will be used of the horizontal and vertical angle, both are the use. Okay, for the traverser surveyings, Triangulations and baseline is the located using the triangulation. Theodolite survey. Tachymetric surveying. Theodolite is very the like a diaphragm having the two horizontal crosshair in additional to center horizontal hair is used. Okay, the tachymetry is not very accurately, extremely conventional for the topographical details. This was is the surveying is not very useful for the topographical surveys. Okay, so like we are the on this the for photogrammetry using the photograph. EDM survey based on the triangulations where all the three sides of the triangular are measured with the EDM instrument. Okay, EDM surveys. The principle of the survey. What is the principle? What is the main principle of the survey? First, working from whole to parts. If area is the big and we are the surveying to these areas, the wall to parts VP, wall to parts, working from wall to parts. First system of the control point are fixed with the higher precise for the large area. Minor control point can then establish by less precise method within the main area. The prevent accumulations of the error, minor errors localize. Okay, prevent the accumulations of errors. Prevent accumulations of the errors. Minor are the why we are the whole two parts VP, whole two parts. Dear students, please recognize this the whole two parts because VP, whole two parts it means the VP to prevent the accumulations of the errors, which is the use why why the whole two parts working principle is the use to preventing the accumulations of the errors. That is the reasons behind the use of the whole two parts. The other one is the locations of the point by measurement from the two point of the reference. Two principles. First of all, whole two parts, and other ones is the two point of the reference. Difference between the plan and map. So, what is the difference between the plan and map? Plan is the constructed by usually orthographic projections discarding Earth curvature surface. Plane is drawn on the large scale. So what is the plane? Plane it means the draw is the large scales, which is the if the scale is the relatively small, the plane is called is the map. Plane it means the existing of the surface. What is the existing surface of the building? And map is the small scales of the buildings in transferred to in the particular scales is called is the map. What is the plane is already earth, whatever we have earth, and this map is the transfer to the small scale is called is the scales. What is the scales? Scales is the fixed ratio every distance on the plane bear with the corresponding distance on the ground. A good draftman can plot the length of accuracy within the 0.25 mm plus or minus 0.25 mm plus or minus 0.245 mm. Okay, the classifications of the scales: large scales, medium scales, and small scales. Okay, large scales, medium scales, and small scales. Large scales is the plane scales and small scales is the map scales. Representations of the scales: engineering scales, this type of the scales we have. Okay, so let's we go on the other way. So okay, so like that way. Okay, so RF, what is the RF of the scales? Distance on the map and distance of the ground is called is the RF, replace RF. Okay, so large of the demotivator of the RF, smaller is the scale of the map. Okay, so smaller is the scale of the map. Okay, so RF is distance on the map and distance of the grounds. If map is 1 centimeter and ground is the 100 centimeters, so RF is equal to 1 by 100. Okay, So geographical scales indicated by the line drawn on the map as so that the distance corresponding to conventional unit of the length of the grounds. Graphical scale is means the map, how much you represent the maps, and the what is the plot. Graphical scales has the advantage over the numerical scales that the distance on the map can be determined by actual scaling even when the map is the strikes. Okay, the type of the measurement scales, it is the plane scales, diagonal scales, chord scales. Okay, three types of the scales. First of all, the plane scales. Plane scales is the two successive dimension only, the meters and the decimeters of the two only. Plane scales only the two dimension, the diagonal scales is the three dimension. Okay, plane only the two dimension and the diagonally on the three dimension. And chord scales is used to measure to the shelters angles without using the protectors. It is the rectangular in shape as the gradations is the 0 to 90 degree. The chord scales which is the only for the uh, scale angle without using the protectors. Okay, the use of the 1 year scales. 1 year scales, 1 year is the device of measuring necessarily the friction part of the smallest division on the ground scales. Least count of the 1 year is equal to difference in length of the one division of man scales and one division of the 1 year scale. What is the difference between the man scales and 1 year scale? It's called is the least counts. The direct 1 year, first use of the 1 year in the scale. Direct 1 year. Direct 1 year is the slightly shorter than the man scales. Division of the 1 year divisions of the scales is the shorter than the man scales. Increase the same direction as the man scales. Okay, the direct 1 year, what is direct 1 years, n division of the 1 year is equal to n minus 1 division of the man scale, because the direct 1 year is the division of the 1 year scale is the smaller than the man scales. Okay, so n divisions of the 1 year is the divisions of the n minus 1 division of the man scale. So nv is equal to n minus 1 into s. The least count is equal to s by n. What is the s? The divisions of the scales in the man, division of the man scale divided by n number of the division of the 1 years. Increase in the same directions. Okay, so importance is the increase of the same direction. Retrograde 1 year, what is the retrograde? It is the retrograde 1 year is equal to reverse direction. Whenever the scales is rotated in the reverse directions, reverse directions is the opposite directions. The increase in the opposite direction of with the man scales. The smaller divisions of the 1 year is the longer than the man scales. Smaller divisions of the 1 year is opposite to man scales. Okay, nv is equal to n plus 1 s. List of count is equal to s by n. What is the s? Is equal to s is equal to the scales of the one man scales divided by n number of the divisions. N plus 1 is the retrograded scale, retrograded 1 year, retrograded 1 years. These examples is given by the 10 division of the 1 year scales are equal to 11 parts of the main scales of each 0.1. What is the least count of the scales? Least count of the scales is equal to number of divisions in the main scales divided by n's. So number of the divisions is the main scales. What is the main scale? 0.1 divided by n is equal to 0.01. Extended 1 year. What is the extended? N division of the 1 year scale are equal to 2n minus 1 division of the main scales. N divisions of the extended 1 years. Okay, this is the extended 1 year. Generally used in the astronomical extent at that time. This type of the instrument will be used. The examples of the other one, a box extend as the man scales reading in 10 minutes radians. If the least count is in the extent 1 year is the 20 seconds, or descend the extent 1 year. Least count is the 10 seconds. S by n is equal to s. What is the s? S, it means the man scales, which is the 10 minutes. 10 minutes into transport to seconds. 10 into 60 is equal to seconds. What are the seconds are the minus. N is equal to 10 into 60 by 10 is equal to n is to 60. N is equal to 60. So what is the design of the extended 1 year? Extended 1 year is equal to 2n minus 1 is equal to 2n minus 1 is equal to 119 is the space of the main square are equal to 60 space of the 1 year. And space of the 1 year is equal to 2n minus 1 space of the main scales. And space of the 1 year is equal to 2n minus 1 space of the 1 year is called is the extended 1 year. What is the extended 1 year? Okay. So other one is the double 1 year. What is the double 1 year? It is the use when gradations of the main scales are numbered in the both directions. Double 1 years. Index mark is 0. Mark will be center is and a combination of the both direct and retrograded 1 years. Double 1 year it is we use when the graduation of main scales are numbered in the both direction. If you are the marking the both direction, at that time the graduation scales will be the graduations 1 year will be used. Index mark 0 is the center of the on both the which is the combinations of direct and retrograded 1 years. Okay, direct and retrograded 1 years, which is the combinations of direct and retrograded 1 years. And like that which I didn't I think this is the second time is the comings, so we have to come up like that. Okay, double folded 1 year. What is the double folded? Length is half of the corresponding double 1 year. The economy of the space. Double folded 1 year. Double folded 1 year is the the scales is the half of the scales is the half of the double 1 years. Okay, the error due to use of the wrong scales. Correct length is equal to RF of the wrong scales upon RF of the correct scales into measure length. What is the measure length you will be take is called is the corrected length. And corrected area is the RF of the main scales, RF of the wrong scales divided by RF of the correct scales, no squares into measure length. RF of the wrong scales, RF of the correct scale square into multiply by measure length. Example of the three. Survey measured the distance 2 points mark on the top plane. Two scales of 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So the found is the 50 meter. Later on the detected the wrong scales of the 1 50. Determine the correct length. What would be correct area if measure area is the 50 meter square? What would the area is 50 meter square? Correct length is equal to 1 by 50 divided by 1 by 100 into 50. Corrected length. The corrected area is 1 by 50 divided by 1 by 100 not squares is equal into 50. What is the determine of the corrected length and corrected area? 1 by 50 is the wrong RF divided by measure RF into measure length. Okay, so this type of error due to shrinkage. Error due to shrinkage means shrinkage factor or shrinkage ratio is equal to sunk length multiplied by actual length. Slunk corrected area is equal to measured distance divided by shrunk factor. What is the shrinkage factor? Shrinkage factor is equal to sunk length divided by actual length. Sunk length divided by actual length. Okay. So if line is 5 centimeters sunk to 4.5, determine the sink factor, corrected length corresponding measure length 90 meter, corrected area. Sunk factor is equal to wrong scales divided by correct scales. The line is the 5 centimeter as sunk is the 4.7, so 0.9 is the sunk factor. Corrected length it means the 90 corrected length is called is the 90 corrected length divided by sunk factor is called corrected length. Corrected area is same is the corrected area divided by measure area divided by the sunk factor squares is called 100 meters. Okay, the generally used scales is geographical map, location map, cadastral map, buildings, topographical, forest, town planning, mines, and like that. Field book. What is the field book? Field book is the chain over tape measurement and record. Standard dimension of 20 centimeter by 21 centimeters. The double line field book mostly use on the ordinary survey works, and single line, which is a very large scale work where the more details are to be taken. At that time is the single line used. The chain line is the started from the bottom and work upward. Okay, that is the field book. Is called is the field book. Field book, which is the chain or tape measurement, standard dimension 20 by 21, 20 by 21, 20 by 21. So we see that some of the questions from this type of the theories. So first of all, the triangle at the Earth is surface having the area is 195 square meter. The difference between sum of the angle in plane triangle and spherical angle is the 1 second. In this type of the 1 second are the coming. Survey carry out the fixed boundary of the building sites. What is the building site? Building site is the cadastral survey in building sites. Survey conduct to obtain data from for design of projects such as road, railway, waterway, bridges. It's called is the engineering survey. Basic principle is the wall to parts. Remember wall to parts. A ground area is the 1 to 2.5 meter square presented by 4.5 centimeter on plan. The representative frictions is what is the representative frictions ground area of 112.5 meter square presented by the 4.5 centimeter square on the plane? What is the area? So the RF is equal to the 4.5 divided by 112.5 is called is the RF. Okay? Theodolite circle divided by 1 degree into one third degree. So one third degree it means like 60 divided by 3 is equal to 20. So 20, okay, 20 divisions 20 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So divide by n is equal to 60 division of the 1 year divide by 60. So it means like that way represent to 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds will be get 20 seconds will be we are the finalize. Okay, so go to other way. The area of this what area of the extent is divided into 10 minutes. 119 of the division are taken for the length of the 1 year into how many division must have extend 1 year divide in order to read 10 10 seconds. Okay, so 120, 60, 59 and on. Okay, so which one is the best one? 160, 119, 160 or 10s like that way. The arc of the plane is the old survey plotted. So a scales of the 10 meter to 1 centimeter measure now 100.2 square meters and found in the plane table plane meters. The plane and the sun to be given. Okay. The descending order of the precise among the following type of the survey. What is the descending order? Descending order it means the top, the very precise. The first of all is the micro-optical theodolite, then after the theodolite, then after compass, and then after the chain is called is the C is the right answers. The purpose of the surveying and suggest the scales. First of all, the building site. Building site it means like a it means like a 1 in 100 cross sections like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100 longitudinal scales is the 1 in 2 tens and like reverse plannings like that where this type of the options very useful. The surveyor measured the area of the 50 meter square road to scales of the 1 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. Later are found the use of the wrong scales is 1 centimeter is equal to 2 meter for the measurement. The corrected area. So corrected area is equal to what is the corrected area? So corrected area is equal to What is the Frank scales? Is the 1 centimeter. First of all, 1 centimeter by 2 is the 200. Okay, divide by 1 into 100 squares into 50. So all are the cones. Divide by 4. 50 by 4. How much? 12.5 square meters. Right answer. The distance between two point A and B on the plane was found to be 200 meter when the measurement with the scales with RF 1 by 100. Distance between same point with the RF is by 150. So how much distance will be 2 points? So first of all, what is the corrected France is the 100 by when measured, we found the distance exact is the 1 by 50s multiply by how much the error will be found, the 200. So whole thing will be go this by 2 and this is the 100 meters. Okay, so let's go upsides and find the more questions we will solve. A triangular plot, the 10 by 30 centimeter door scales is like that, where same the plot is the redraw, the scales of the 1 by 1 kilometer would be area of the topo sheets. So area of the topo sheets is equal to 1 by 1000 meters, 1 by 1 kilometers. Then we will topo sheets. What is the topo sheets? So you will be converting that way. Okay, so other ones is equal to the geographical maps, the topographical map, location map, and forest map. So you will be use the different scales. What is the which of one of the following conventional sign for the north line? This is the north line surveying. Which one of the following point is net correctly? Area is the barber, wire fence is the. Okay, so a plan area we draw with the triangular signs is 1 centimeter to 10 meters. The single such line originally and the long on the plan measure now the 4.7 meters. Like surveying which earth curvature is also considered in the geological surveys. Which one of the following survey is the implied collecting sufficient data in the conventional sewage disposal water is the like water and all the geodetic surveying which is the cover all the data which was used. Which of the following conditions required geodetic surveying? Survey of the country required for the geodetic surveying. Geodetic surveying required for the contouring. Which of the following closely represent the shape of the earth? Absolute spiral absolute here. Geodetic surveying differs from the plane surveying because of the curvature of the earth is taken into account. 250 kilometers for the use of the only for these things. The difference between the distance of x kilometer on the surface of earth and corresponding to George's distance about the 10 mm. Why? So what is the how much the answers? Which of the following the smallest the RF is equal to, so how much is the base is the big is the smallest. Okay, so determine the length of the bridge proposal to build the across the wide river. Is the wide rivers I think is the represent method of the choice of the hydrographic not I think is the wide rivers is the topographical river because the topographical which is the cover of the like a river wide what is the and hydrographic surveying only from water bodies. I think topographical is all the surface of the these type of questions I will mark survey which are carried out to show natural features of the country such as river hill the topographical basic principle of the prevent the accumulations of the errors. Okay, and Localized minor errors. Localized minor errors both are the right options. So how much take are the G plus or minus 0.05, and friction representation only also there is the very helpful the questions. So right now we are under the questions of the like that way. Double line field book most economical use of the ordinary chain surveying. Ordinary chain surveying is the double line. If you are the single, then you will be large scale. At that time of the single surveying will be used. So like area of the floor are surveying about the 1200 kilometers is more suitable method is the not compass, not the theory or geodetic surveying is the most particular method is used the a smaller scale. The at what is the smaller scale? Smaller scale wherever the area is the big in the bottom side, so it's called is the smaller scales. Okay. So thank you, dear friends, for these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe.